Welcome in. And you're right on time. This is 35 years, listening party. And tonight, it's more than just a story. It's an experience. You don't need to dress up. You don't need to even explain yourself. Just be here. We're sharing a story built from blood, truth, and the kind of pain that never really leaves. Here's what I want you to do. Go grab your drink, your blanket, your smoke, or whatever helps you relax. You've got 60 seconds to get comfortable, because once this story begins, it's gonna pull you in, and trust me, you're not gonna wanna leave the room. We'll be right back. This is 35 years, and we're just getting started.
Tired of dry spells and dry seasons? Introducing her honey. For the women who want more than just a spark, they want super excitement in their life. It's all for her, for down there and everywhere else. You plan to take over. You don't just get wet, you get super soaked. No age restrictions apply. Caution, side effects may include uncontrollable satisfaction, spontaneous super soaks, wild-ass mood swings, unexpected naps, dangerous levels of eating, excessive mirror checks, unexpected boldness, emotional detachment from weak-ass men, unexplainable smirks at brunch, sudden cravings for ice water, and accidental sex messages you definitely meant to send. Use responsibly, or don't. We don't judge.
Welcome back, and welcome to the first official listening party for 35 years, Ray Carter series, written by Tamika Parker, a storyteller who doesn't just write fiction, but she writes what's lived, what's close to her heart. Tonight, it's all about the truth and tension. The kind of stories that crawl under your skin, the kind passed down in whispers, or never spoken at all. So turn your lights down, turn your volume up, and lean in, because what you're about to hear is everything the streets remember. Welcome to Inglewood. This is Ray Carter's world. Let's begin. They say every family has one. The one who don't blink, the one who will make that call and clean up the mess. That's Dot, the oldest sister. Stone cold, never scared, and never second. He touched my sister and thought her silence meant he got away with it. But see, he forgot one thing. She ain't never been alone. I don't run my mouth, and I don't beg for justice. I find it myself. So I walked into that alley, gun in my coat, his blood already on my spirit, and I shot him twice. One for her body, and one for her silence. For my sisters, I'll kill anybody, anywhere, and walk out the front door when I'm done. She walked home late that night, shoes clicking down the sidewalk, shoulders high. Didn't hear the car behind her. Didn't hear the steps until it was too late. A slam, a hand, an alley. She kicked, scratched, seemed like her soul was tearing. And then, his face, smirking, drunk, sweating, his hate louder than his breath. You think you're too good for me? You strut around that courthouse like you run shit. His hand tightened around her wrist. You just another piece of nigger pussy. Jessie May spat in his face. He slapped her. And just when he growled, "Next time, I won't stop,"
he ain't just slapped me. He tried to break me. He said I was just another piece of nigger pussy made for his convenience. That's when I saw her, docked, stepping out the shadows like death, wearing heels and no fear. She ain't raised her voice, ain't asked no questions, just pulled the trigger twice. No hesitation, no pause, no regret. And I remember whispering it, not to her, but to the air like God could catch it. I can't stay now. She didn't say nothing, just nodded. Because we both knew the leaves in Magnolia was stained. And Mississippi stopped being home the second the judge hit the ground.
Tina thought love came in smiles, in slow touches, and whispered names. She believed that every man who moaned her name meant it. That staying the night meant he might stay for life. That softness could protect her. That sex could anchor someone. But it never did. They didn't love her. They wanted her, used her, passed her name like a secret dare, and whispered it like it was theirs to keep. And Tina, she kept letting them in, hoping just one of them might mean it. She came home barefoot more times than she could count. Lip bleeding, eyes swollen, heart cracked open and leaking down her legs. Someone always cleaned her up, brushed her hair, covered the bruises without any comment. You think every man who lay with you loves you? Someone once asked. Tina smiled at the mirror, fingers smooth in curls like they mattered. Why else would they do it? The mirror didn't smile back. It just stared like it already knew. Because they can. Because they can. Some girls learn when to say no too late. This is Tina.
He didn't rape me. I said, stop. He said, shut the fuck up. And I just got quiet. And I let him. Because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I don't like pain. But I like attention that they give me. I always been pretty. Even when I didn't feel right. That said, if I wanted to be grown, I should know what men want. I don't always know when I'm being tricked. Sometimes it feels good, and sometimes I just freeze. Doc taught me my body got a price, but she never taught me how to protect it. So men just used me. But I learned to let it happen, because saying no never kept me safe, never kept them off me anyway. I don't even know where my no went. Maybe Dot took it when she told me what to wear and how to move. Maybe I gave it away the first time I didn't fight. But I still want them to love me. And that's what messed me up. The
Inglewood heat dripped like syrup. Barbecue smoke in the air. Kids darting between coolers and busted lawn chairs. Old school music bumping from half-blown speakers. It was that kind of summer. Ray pulled up late, Charlie on his arm. Black romper, braids pinned high, bangles catching the sun like they had something to prove. She looked like trouble, dipped in honey. Ray knew it, and so did Kayla. Posted up across the street in cut-off shorts, lashes thick, red cup sweaty in her grip, watching. Charlie clocked it. She's staring hard. Ray didn't respond. She better look another way before I wave. Ray tried to smile through it, but he felt it, that sense of fight in the air. Charlie hugged one of his cousins, laughed a little too hard, voice a little too sweet, putting on a show. And Kayla? She crossed the street like it owed her something. Hips swinging wide, lips already loaded. Stopped 3 feet away. So, this what the fuck we doing now? Voice sharp like a box cutter. You bringing her where you used to pick me up? Charlie turned slow, calm, cold. You got a question, bitch? Ask me. I don't talk to placeholders. The room was thick with leftover heat. Charlie pacing, Kayla posted by the wall, arms crossed. Ray looked between them, caught in the wreckage. Charlie snapped. So, all that time? All them lies? Was she just a filler? Ray didn't answer. Kayla jumped in. Don't act surprised, bitch. You knew he wasn't done with me. You just thought you could change him. Charlie lunged again. Dominance caught her arm. Not here. Not like this. Charlie's jaw shook. Rage laced with heartbreak. He swore he loved me. Kayla glared without any warmth. Bitch, that boy passing out I love yous like loose change. Ray finally spoke, low, like a confession. I didn't mean to. Charlie snapped again. You didn't mean to what, nigga? Fuck me and her? Some girls know the difference between being a girlfriend and being used. A real one knows when she's loved and when she's just being tolerated. And when she's fed up, she don't beg, she bounces. And this is Charlie.
Nah, let's keep it real. The family, they know me. I was at every Mercer picnic. Every time Doc threw something, all me. With him. Oh yeah, he gave me the key. Her? That bitch is a wannabe me. She knows who he belongs to. She's a maybe, a secret, a whisper. He swore didn't mean shit. Now, I'm here putting together shit I never should have had to. All them nights, he said he was at the Trapp. Nah, he was trapped up with that bitch. I'm thinking we got history. Yeah, I love Ray. But he got me out here looking real stupid, defending him while the block knew the truth. Saying he was on some bullshit. And yeah, they was right. I'm lying in bed crying while he laid up with that bitch, trying to keep me on the string. When I saw his car outside her spot, I should have waited. And I should have slapped the shit out of both of their ass. But I didn't. The next time I saw him, I just said, Ray, you want your cake and eat it too? Well, goddamn it, I want cake too. And my mama didn't raise no fool. I'm done staying just because I love him. I'm tired of feeling like a side bitch with a title. No, you got me fucked up.
Some women use silence as a weapon, and they know how to use it. This is Kayla.
I ain't gonna even lie. I knew about that bitch. Everybody knows about Charlie and Ray. Hell, their drama been around Inglewood for years. But what you don't know is how it started. I just wanted to see if I could get them to choose. I had Keith, and Ray always had Charlie. But Keith wasn't my man, and Ray knew that, but we had been fucking around. Me and Ray, it was never supposed to be more than just fun. Right place, right amount of heat, and the right time. He came to my bed one night, he was all jealous because Charlie was talking to Ralph. When I realized his ass was more than just reckless, but wounded with pain he couldn't even name, I fucked him like he stole something, and I kept fucking him every chance I got. Yeah, I knew it was probably right after he fucked Charlie, but I didn't give a fuck. Ray was that kind of G that swung that dick like a weapon and made a bitch feel chosen. But he was never gonna choose me. So I got addicted. It wasn't about her. It wasn't about love. It was about his smell, needing him, the way our bodies touched, the way he grabbed my neck like he owned me. Condoms? Shit, I don't even think Ray knew what those were. Call it dumb, call it desperate, I'll call it real. Because every time he left her house, he came to mine.
Honey Trapp Studios, you're live on the air. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I'll whoop Mikey motherfucking ass. Tell Ray ass, welcome to the slaughterhouse, nigga, GDK.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
This is Ray.
an inmate at
Wendy City Correctional Facility.
Honey Trapp Studios, you're live on the air. Hi, Ray. I hope you're holding up in there. I'm glad that you called and you were listening, because I apparently Buck has been listening too. He called the Honey Trapp Studios today and basically talking a lot of trash. He said, yeah, he whooped Mikey's ass and told me to tell you, welcome to the slaughterhouse. And then my quick question is, because I know we don't have a lot of time, is why did you love two women?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm still breathing. I'm still thinking, you know. Buck out here running his motherfucking mouth like he runs shit. And yeah, maybe he did beat Mikey's ass, but I'ma get his ass casket ready. He talking about welcome to the slaughterhouse. Nah, nigga, I'm the motherfucking butcher. Nuff said. Now me and Kayla, that was free time and easy access. She knew what it was. There were no lies between us. But Charlie always had my heart from day one. Even when I ain't know how to love her right. So Charlie, if you listening, I'm not asking for nothing from you. I just want you to know you are the only thing that still feels real on this side of the glass. And this is not goodbye. This is the calm before I step back on the board. And when I do, niggas better move.
Rule number 1, never turn into a snitch. And rule number 2, go hard and don't be a bitch. If you getting money, then cover your 6.
Okay, please don't mention my name. I've been living next door to the Mercer since Doc bought the building in 1954. I've seen a lot go down over the years, so I don't want to have to speak to any Mercer about this conversation that I am sharing with you. I hope that you grant my request to keep this strictly confidential. Ray and Charlie, they always fought. The loud kind. The kind that made you sit up in bed and mute the TV. I saw nights when Charlie was tossing his clothes off the porch like she was dealing cards. I seen her. Ray punched a hole through the side door. And truth be told, I seen Charlie swing on him more than once. That girl had fire in her. But that day, Ray snapped. Charlie came on the porch looking like a storm. Arms crossed, eyes locked. Where the fuck were you at last night? Because I came here. Ray kept it cool. That little grin he always used when he didn't want to answer straight. Damn. No hey baby first? Charlie wasn't even in the mood. She said she knew for a fact he was with that bitch. She walked over there and saw his car parked. She said Ray had better been lucky she didn't bust his windows and slash his tires, because that was just how fucking mad she was. Gretchen tried to play peacemaker from his side, puffing on a joint like she ain't wanna be involved, but knew it was about to go left. Ray said some slick shit and told Charlie to relax. That's when Charlie slapped the dog shit out of him. Loud, clean. It echoed off the side of the house like a shot. the pain coming out her throat like it'd been stuck for years. She told him he didn't love her, said he just liked the idea of her. Then she pushed him hard. Girl, I leaned out my window like, please don't do it, Ray. Not like this. But it was already too late. He grabbed her. He slammed her up against the porch wall. Forearm across her neck, lifted her clean up off the ground. Her legs was kicking, hands clawing at her. She barely could get out. Ray, you're hurting me. That's when the screaming started. In his head, Lisa's voice, Steve shouting. But it was Dot that ended it. Raymond Carter, she yelled. Her voice cracked the block like thunder on Sunday. Ray froze, blinked, and dropped Charlie. Charlie hit the porch hard, coughing and gasping. And then she stood up and hit him. One clean punch to the jaw. He just stood there. He didn't even hit her back. Chest heaving, hands shaking. Doc stood in the doorway, a cigarette burning down like it had more patience than she did. Her face was pure stone. Not at Ray, at Charlie. She pointed that cigarette like a warning. Don't you bring your ass back over here, Charlie. Charlie wiped her mouth, held her chin up. You don't gotta worry about that, Mama Dog, she said. I won't be back. Then she turned and walked off, like she wasn't just almost killed on the porch. Gretchen looked at Ray and said, what the fuck is wrong with you? She could call the cops. He didn't say nothing. She said it again louder. You better pray she don't call the cops. Cause this shit right here, this is how niggas get buried. But Ray didn't move, just stood there, breathing hard, fire in his chest, fire in his fist. And I remember thinking, some people don't get burned by the fire. Ray was the fire. He was just that storm that you really don't know will happen until it hits. I remember this one night, like it just happened yesterday. The Honey Trapp wasn't no damn club. It was a church with a bar. You wouldn't believe the crowd inside. People didn't go there to party. You went to feel something. And that night, baby, we all felt it. The lights inside always stayed low. Even the shadows had shadows. The floor used to creak if you stepped too hard, but not that night. Everybody moved slow, like the music told them to hush. Ray was only 15 years old. I know because I remember saying to myself, that boy got no business in here. He need to be in bed, getting ready for school. But nobody cared. Not that night. He walked through the place like he belonged to it. Drink in one hand, the slow walk, head high. He didn't look for permission, just walked up to the mic like he owned it. I had seen Ray grow up on May Street, always looking like he was watching, but ain't say shit. But that night, he wasn't nobody's kid. He was the main event. He had this voice, smooth like velvet, but with a crack in it, like life had already taught him a few hard lessons. And the older women, Lord, they ate it up. One old lady near me said, woo, child, if I was 20 years younger, Ray could have all this sunshine I got to give. I looked at her like, girl, You still will try and give Ray some of that old sunshine right now if he asked you. Because I'd give him some too. Lisa was at the bar, face beat, glass in her hand, looking like the world old or something. And she came to collect. This was the first time I ever heard her call Ray baby. And baby? Ray lit up instantly. He looked like he'd been waiting to hear her say it for his whole life. Jack was there too. Hanging back in the cut, arms folded. He didn't clap. He didn't smile. He just watched. Jack looked like the type of man who saw something sliding through his hand and knew he couldn't catch it in time. Then Ray sang. The whole room went still, like God pressed pause. Have you ever heard a voice too old to come out of somebody so young? That's what it was. The voice sounded like it had been places most folks don't come back from. People stopped sipping. Dice game froze mid-roll. I heard somebody whisper, Jesus, like they ain't mean to say it out loud. When Ray finished, the place exploded, claps, screams. People were standing up like it was Sunday service. Ray stood there for a second, taking it all in. Then he cracked that crooked smile, the one that always made women forget better judgment. Ray ran up and snatched a drink off a tray like he earned it. And for a minute, he looked like he could fly. That's when Jack stepped out the dark. He told him, let's go. Ray ain't even flexed a muscle. Just said, can I fucking breathe? Now that shit hit hard. Jack looked angry, like a man trying to keep from exploding in front of strangers. Ray turned to him slow and said, you don't even live with me. You don't get to pop up when I shine and then try to snatch the light back. Lisa leaned in then, like she was waiting for her line. That's my baby. You stand up for yourself, son, she said. And this time, you could hear it. She meant it. And all of a sudden, that boy stood taller than those two words, my baby. Man, that time, I will never, ever forget. Jack saw the shift. He stepped in close and muttered, you don't know her like I do. Ray didn't blink. He just said, you know the version that broke you, Jack. Maybe I get to see the rest. Lisa ain't say nothing. She just smiled. Jack turned, walked away, silent. Ray didn't even follow him. He left when he got ready. Applause is still following him out the door. And I remember thinking, that boy just stepped into a world none of us could pull him back from. Not Jack, not Lisa, right now, not even God. He could have been anything, but that night, Ray chose this. I'm not sure if Ray had an example to look up to, but Lisa was always in the streets with different men almost every night. She was always something else. She was beautiful. She had a great wardrobe, a leopard hat to match every pair of leopard shoes or boots. From what I could see, all me and the daughter, especially her husband, Jack. I don't think she was ever meant to be a wife, and definitely not a mother. I watched her. I wasn't stalking. Let's just call it being educated about my community. Even when she was with Jack, she still had other men around. But Jack, he was in love. Foolishly in love. I think he loved her so deep, he couldn't see what everybody else saw. I heard he married her when she was 15 years old. By Doc. I don't care what story people try to tell. That wasn't love. That was ownership. But what bothered me is that Jack always played the good man, the protector, the one who provided. And that night, when he showed up at Dot's house, he came in acting like he was in control. I was sitting on my porch when I saw him pacing, arms stiff, jaw clenched. It looked like he was working up the nerve to knock. So I was invested. I sat there. I did not move. I could see and hear everything from the comfort of my porch and kitchen window. Jack told Lisa he talked to Ray and that he felt Ray did not need to retaliate. Lisa laughed loud and real. She told Jack he sounded stupid as hell. She told him, "You walk around here like Ray still respects you, Jack, but he doesn't." She said all he ever gave Ray was a bunch of long speeches and a check, while she gave him survival skills. Jack tried to argue with her, saying she passed Ray off to Dot. When he said that, I had to lean a little closer. Lisa then told him, "No, I made sure he didn't die before realizing none of us knew how to love him right." And that line, it's that heavy. But I know that Lisa was drunk as hell. I could hear the slur in her speech. And when she got drunk, she was hell in heels. She snapped. What kind of motherfucking man watches a 13-year-old girl grow for 2 years and then asks her mother to marry her? Then she said it. "You're a predator, Jack. You didn't save me. You caged me." And right then, I think Jack finally saw himself for who he really was. Responsible. His voice was weak. He didn't touch what Lisa had just spilled out, but then said Ray was falling apart, that it was all her and Dot's fault. Dot finally looked up from what she was doing and just told him to lower his voice, calm, direct. Jack thought that his presence meant nothing. And he said that Dot's house felt like a graveyard. Jack kept begging and pleading with them to try and stop Ray from doing something. He said Ray was halfway gone. Lisa and Dot ignored him and basically told him to stop acting surprised. Then Jack raised his voice again. He told them if Ray died or ended up locked up, it would be their fault. Dot didn't even blink. Didn't even look at him. Just flipped her cigarette and said, "What are you going to do, Jack? Keep him locked away at your Hyde Park condo?" Dot finally looked up at him and hit him where it hurts. "You had your shot," she said. "But you gave it up once Ray realized you were a weak-ass father with a military check." And that line is what broke him. Not Lisa, not Ray, but Dot saying it out loud. Jack tried to defend himself, saying he didn't force Lisa to stay. Lisa laughed and told him he stole her youth and gave her a lifetime of responsibilities she never wanted at 15. She said Jack trapped her, expecting a minor to love a grown-ass man when she didn't know shit about love. Jack started up with that tired old speech about bills and buying a ring and responsibility. Lisa shut that shit down. She told him just because he was consistent with a check didn't make him a good man. That just made his ass repetitious, and that's it. She told him she never wanted to be a wife. Lisa told him she just wanted to have sex. She said Jack had some good dick. Great dick. I swear I dropped my glass when I heard that. Shit, all the women in Inglewood, even on the block, heard that. The silence in the house was deafening. Jack didn't say nothing. He just looked at Dot one last time like he was hoping she'd give him some pride back. But Dot didn't fix nothing she didn't break. Trapp finally just said, "You'll regret this." As he headed toward the door, Dot didn't move, and she told him, "Not as much as you will." He slammed that door so hard, the whole block probably felt it. But inside the house, nobody cared about Jack. It was quiet. That sharp kind of quiet that shows up right before everything blows. Dot looked at Lisa and said, "You getting sloppy." Lisa smiled with that same grin that Ray smiled with and said, "I'll handle Jack." But Dot, she wasn't even looking at her anymore. She was looking past her, like she saw it already. The storm, the fire, the reckoning. They didn't lose Ray when he got locked up.
I've been on May Street a
They lost him
long time, too. My
that
family
night.
moved in about 5 years after Miss Gloria moved in. They called me Big Old G on May Street. I want you to keep my information confidential, too, because like I said, I live next door, too. I've seen a lot of people move in and be taken out in a body bag. People are always talking about what they saw. Me, I listen for what they don't say. And that night was different. I wasn't listening to nobody. I was just sitting in my window. It wasn't the whispers. It wasn't even the blood. It was the silence that didn't come from fear, but from understanding. Like Ray and Mikey already knew the price before they walked into Dot's house. I've seen men come back from war, from prison, from hell. But I have never seen what I saw that night. Ever. It was late, maybe 1, 2 in the morning. People were still out in the streets drinking, talking about the dice game and who bet on Ray. It was hotter than a motherfucker outside that night. Mist in the air, like the night was sweating too. I was at the window, lights off. I had rolled a joint, just enjoying the smoke. Then I saw them running up 61st Street alley, like shadows. Ray Hood was poured low, jaw tight, moving fast like holding something heavy. And Mikey, that boy looked haunted. The block was too still. That something about to go down kind of still. They didn't go to the front of Dot's house. They went around the back. Both of them bloody. One carrying a shotgun. They didn't knock. The door just opened. And when the door opened, that's when I knew this wasn't panic. This was protocol. I'm not saying I know what happened that night, but when blood hits the concrete in Inglewood, everybody knows fast. And if you know Ray and Lloyd's history in Inglewood, you know this wasn't just some street beef. This was deep, deeper than pride, deeper than revenge. And wounds like that, they don't bruise, they haunt. Dot's porch light was off, but that house lit up like Sunday dinner. There was no noise outside, but inside, that's where decisions get made. I know Dot. She don't panic. She plans. And when she lit that cigarette in the window, the front curtain cracked, just enough to see her silhouette. That was her way of saying, it's handled. No sirens, no police, no ambulance, no shouting, just smoke. Like the fire already burned through and left nothing but resolve. And who they plan to come to next. Ray and Mike had left about an hour later. Didn't say a word. Ray walked like he ain't old a night nothing. Mike had tried to hide his face, but his eyes gave him away. He looked like somebody who'd seen the rest of his life and didn't like how it ends. They disappeared into the dark, and I just sat there thinking, this wasn't the start, and it damn sure ain't the end. But if you want to know what really happened that night, what got buried behind the silence, you gon' have to read that book. Because that night didn't just echo in the alley, it echoed through Inglewood. 35 Years, Ray Carter series. Book 1 drops June 2nd, available on Amazon for pre-order. Thank you all for joining the first live listening party by Tamika Parker. We are not done yet.
Every secret has got to start. This was ours. Before the bodies, before the money, there was a letter. And once you've heard it, you'll understand why we never looked back.
Welcome to the Honey Trapp Confessions. This is called Whose Man Is It Anyway? Signed, The First Wife. This came in through the Trapp box. And listen, we don't do mess, but we do truth. Here's tonight's confession. Years ago, I moved from a big city to a small southern town. I had just lost my partner in a freak accident and had no idea how I was going to rebuild my life. I didn't have any friends there and only knew about 10 cousins there. Eventually, I found love again with the man I now have been married to for 14 years. Later, I found out that before I moved there, he had been engaged to someone I am technically related to. But here's the truth. I didn't know her. I had never seen her before. We never even spoken 2 words to each other. So let me ask y'all something. Am I really wrong for marrying a man who's single? Just because he used to be engaged to a cousin I never even met? That was something else, y'all. Let me respond to this. Short and quick. First off, congratulations on 14 years of marriage. That alone is something to celebrate. Truth is, plenty of people out here wish they had someone to hold. But they're still left in bed alone while you're building a life with the man who chose you. Let's be clear. He was engaged before you ever came in the picture. But by the time you met him, he was single and available. You didn't break anything up. You didn't take anybody's man. You married someone who made a choice. And that choice was you. Now, before we move on to the first wife, if you're listening, I'll leave you with this. Some people will hate simply for standing tall in a place they're still crawling to get to. Don't ever dim your shine to make someone else feel comfortable in their shadow. Always be true to yourself, because love doesn't become a scandal just because your cousin didn't get chosen. Hey, first wife, thank you for tapping in.
For my sisters, I'll kill anybody, anywhere. I'll kill anybody, anywhere. They called it family. I called it survival.
That family shit did.
I built this family with blood and silence. So don't come to my table talking soft.
I was born in the gutter where the wolves don't sleep.
Mercers don't beg, we correct.
Everybody loves Ray. That's the problem.
Loving you feels like waiting for somebody who's already walking away.
But Ray didn't choose.
He kept both of them, running game, telling them just enough truth to make them stay.
Remember something, bitch. I'm the girlfriend. They know me. You just a late night creep he slide through and wipe off before morning.
Some men run toward the streets. Some run from what they love. Me? I was just running out of time.
Ray was winning. He never lost. But Lloyd was embarrassed.
You was talking all that G shit. Now look at you. Hands up like a bitch. Got your ass whooped. Now you finna die.
I didn't raise no boys. I bred consequence. Ray might be the one they talk about, but I'm the reason they whisper about.
Still I rise, can't make me crawl. Blood on my name and I stand tall. Ain't no fall, I'll last them all. I don't break, I fight, I brawl.
In these streets, you don't get a second chance. You get 35 years, if you're lucky. 35 Years, the Ray Carter Series, Book 1. Coming June 2nd. Survival ain't free.